Ihotoke Mante Nisikasu. John Sinclair is my English name. And I want to say hello to everybody out there. And thank you for being a part of my day today. So I have this drum bag that was made by a friend and given to me. His mother made it, and it's a horse one. So a horse was one of, Mr. Tim is Cree for horse, and what it translates to is big dog. And back in the day, we had dogs to help our people move around. They would drag a little travel on. And then when the Mr. Tim came, the big dog, then we were able to ride them and they were mobile and they carried a lot of stuff. So that was a gift for me. Now I want to show you my drum.
I also went to the drumming and storytelling with Elder John, and that was just an amazing experience. My name is Brooke Scribacheko. I am a fourth year Bachelor of Education student here at RDP. I am a committee member, one of the many committee members. Overall, it went really well. I am so happy to see that we had a great turnout. We had a lot of the sessions that were closed, and I really appreciated that everybody came in with an open mind. I've been walking the hallways and people are asking me, well, what are you guys doing? And genuinely getting interested in it.
As it would, they wouldn't waste it. She talked about how the hunters would put their hand in there and they would lick it. And the blood for them actually keeps them warm out in the cold. Warm them. And I've seen many a photo of an old Inuk hunter standing there with barely anything on the cold. That's a tradition. Yeah, hello, my name is Terry Lakey and I am a teacher with Red Deer Public Schools. Been with the school district quite a few years. Invitation came because of some of the things that we do in our office. So myself and my colleague Haley Kristen, we support our teachers, and because that's the purpose of this conference, is to offer those ideas and links. We were invited here, and my specific request was to offer sessions on Aboriginal games, which has been sort of a passion of mine, and being able to research and look and listen to a lot of people. And got my own little collection, and appreciate the input from various people who I've had contact with and the support for this and offering these games. And so yeah, I was here offering games to students, teachers, and looking for ways to broaden that out so that not only is it phys ed, but it's also math, it's also social studies, it's science, just cross-curricular connections for Aboriginal. It's nice to see the enthusiasm from the ed students as well. Just seeing different ways to teach, and you don't have to stay stuck on the textbook, but that if you incorporate a learning system or a way in which you can engage students and grab their attention, my goodness, it grabbed their attention, kept them engaged. You can only guess at how excited children are when it comes to playing and learning about these games, whether they play it outside or in the classroom or in a phys ed class. They all can work together, and you can connect these games to touch on math and science and social. Like I said earlier, there's great connections and a way to get students involved and get them excited.
There you go, my dear. Thank you for supporting our local Indigenous author.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We acknowledge that the land that Red Deer is located on is Treaty 6, the traditional territory of the Cree, Dene, Blackfoot, Saulteaux, and Nakota Sioux, as well as Treaty 7, the traditional and ancestral territory of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Kainai, Piikani, Siksika, as well as the Tsuut'ina Nation and Stoney Nakoda First Nation. We acknowledge that this territory is home to the Métis settlements and Métis nations of Alberta. We invite all members of our community to join us in reflecting on our own roles in reconciliation, encouraging education, dialogue, and action that reflect our shared responsibility of reconciling. With every breath we take on this sacred land, let us commit to listening more deeply, learning from the past, and working together to create a legacy of peace and respect for future generations.
Tanse. My name is Chantal Chagnon. I am Mehewak Cree, Anishinaabe, and Métis from Muskeg Lake Cree Nation in Saskatchewan. I am a traditional knowledge holder as well as a teacher, so an educator, and an artist. So I call myself a teaching artist because I think that incorporates so much. And in our nations, all of the artists were always teachers. We carry those teachings so that we can share them forward.
So my name is Michelle Soto. My Cree name is Red Yellow Eagle Woman, and I said that I come from Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation. That's my dad's nation, and my mom, she comes from Dene First Nation. So I'm two types of natives. I'm Woodland Cree and I'm Dene from way up north. I am taking the Indigenous Social Work degree program at West Cochise College. I would love to have like more of a presence, and I'm a presenter here at the conference, and it's like a really amazing opportunity to have the perspective of Indigenous people. And I am also an artist, a traditional artist, and I really just have like different things on the go and stuff. It's just more so me, it's just more a hobby. Like, it's just a way of just expressing yourself for freedom and stuff. So that's why me and my friend Jordan Galloway, we designed this reconciliation sort of like David Letterman spiel, where it's a conversation about reconciliation and the history, colonization, and my experience as an Indigenous person, which I don't speak about for every Native, but my experiences to give that historical element, because I had a really hard life, and my family had a really hard life, and they were basically casualties. So I talked about, we had that presentation yesterday, and then it went really well. And today I am just clearly a participant because I want to like develop team building skills. I want to like work on like creating a sense of community and having more positive Indigenous role models or leaders in the community.
I had no objective coming in with this is what I'm going to share, this is how I'm going to share it. I just think it's really important to let spirit speak through you, because I think sometimes we get so stuck in these scripted conversations that we forget that we have to flow with the Creator. A tree doesn't have a script for growing, a squirrel doesn't have a script for growing nuts. This is why it forgets where the nuts are. The trees grow. I've been speaking for a long time, and I always speak through my heart. When I share my teachings, they always come through my heart. As a Nehewak Two-Spirit woman, I think it's so important that we let spirit flow through us, because we're kind of a conduit or a channel, and it gives us that opportunity to really create connections and change people's perspectives by speaking to them and making those connections. And so I'm just really thankful and humbled to have been invited and to be able to share, and I'm looking forward to whatever comes out of my mouth.
Hi, my name is Pietra. I'm a Ambassador of Hope with We Matter. I'm a second year Bachelor of Education student at Red Deer Polytechnic, and today I did a session on Indigenous mental wellness and life promotion. We Matter is a national organization that works with Indigenous youth in the community for life promotion and suicide prevention. I've been doing this work with them since about July. So I work with different youth in the community. A lot of the time I work with post-secondary students, trying to encourage them to be in their communities and to work well with each other. I started my work with We Matter because growing up I had a lot of mental health issues. I didn't really know how to navigate it. I didn't really know how it felt. It felt wrong to have those feelings. It felt wrong to be sad. I didn't have anything to be sad about. I felt like I didn't matter, like that I had no purpose in life, no sense of direction, and I really had a lot of self-sabotaging habits. So going into post-secondary, I realized that there's a lot of youth that feel like me and have gone through struggle. There's a lot of youth in schools that have gone through hurt and hardship, and I wanted to be the positive role model. I want to introduce Indigenous education into classrooms and to give Indigenous people a voice. I didn't feel like I had a voice. I never felt like being Indigenous was something that was celebrated. I feel like it was very hush-hush, and that you're only Indigenous because you need to self-identify in school. You're only Indigenous because it helps us and it helps somebody else, and I never felt like it was a celebrated culture. I never got to celebrate my culture. My mom is adopted. My grandma went to a residential school, and it was really difficult. Up until the age of 18, I didn't know what it meant to be Indigenous. I didn't know what it meant to be an Indigenous woman, and being in my 20s, I've really learned to have a voice and to start putting myself in uncomfortable situations because somebody has to. Somebody has to do the work, and even though it makes me uncomfortable, I think when Indigenous youth have a voice and they hear other Indigenous people being successful and they're working towards a goal, that it helps the community. I just want to be the role model that I needed as a kid. I want to make them feel like it's okay. It's okay to be sad sometimes. It's okay to have those feelings of depression. It's okay to feel anxiety, and that, today may not be a good day, it may not be a good week, but it does get okay, and it does become okay eventually, and it will be okay in the future.
He represents his community everywhere he goes. It's really, really thankful to have him here. The kids that we work with, this is one of them. This is one of our youngest guys. This is Brian's grandson here. So we really like working with community children and a lot of the kids that kind of grow up.
My name is Joelle Vick, and I am a locations director for the IPC. The IPC is an Indigenous Perspectives Conference hosted by education students. We're non-for-profit, and so this is all planned by just us. This conference is an amazing opportunity for educators and students to learn about Indigenous peoples, Indigenous cultures on our journey to reconciliation. I have loved being a part of this committee. It has allowed me to grow in so many ways, and as a future educator, I'm so thankful that I got this opportunity. I'm so incredibly thankful that I've been able to work alongside so many great people who've put on this event, and I can just encourage young educators up and coming to attend and to be a part of such an amazing event that we have.
Tell us who you are and what you do. We'll start with Kale.
Okay, hi, I am Kale. I am a fourth year Bachelor of Education student here at Red Deer Polytechnic. I'm in collaboration with the University of Alberta. I am also one of the advisors for the Indigenous Perspectives Conference for this year.
And I'll introduce myself. My name is Jill, and I, as well, am a fourth year education student here at Red Deer Polytechnic in collaboration with the University of Alberta. And I would say that Kale's the main advisor. She's definitely taken the lead on this, and I will honor that 100%.
She's being modest. She has been my support system. She's been my shoulder. She's been everything that I've needed.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go there.
Well, the work doesn't go unnoticed, ladies. So I guess me just coming forward as an Indigenous student and then just kind of filmmaking, showcasing the event, I wanted to ask you guys, how did today go? How do you think it went after all those months of planning, and just how did it go?
This conference has been my baby. Right. It's absolutely been my baby. I have an assignment tonight due at midnight. It has taken the back burner because IPC is my heart and soul. I love this conference. It means so much to me, and I'm at a loss of words, honestly. Like, today has been everything I needed and more. We've had phenomenal breakout hosts. We've had elders here that have imparted their wisdom. We had an amazing keynote speaker, and we've got the Red Deer Aboriginal Dance Troupe performing for us, and I am just very much in my feels. Today is also the last day that our cohort will be together as we head off to practicum, and so I'm very emotional, but I'm very proud.
What now? What is it now for you as educators? What is your message to the youth?
I love that you asked that, because honestly, if you had asked me this 5 years ago when I began this journey, it would have been a completely different answer. I have grown to love and appreciate and just absolutely adore the Indigenous culture. I was very naive going into school. I didn't learn about the Indigenous culture. I didn't learn about residential schools. And so learning this, it will change everything as an educator. I'll have a trauma-informed approach with my students. I know the importance of showing students representation, imparting wisdom and teachings, and inviting elders into the classroom, and just, I think, to approach every day with a kind and soft heart, because you have no idea what your students are going through or what they have gone through. And so this experience has changed everything for me as not only an educator, but as a person.
I think the other side of things too is, like, when we bring you into the classroom, it helps it almost become a little bit more effortless.
Right.
That I'm hoping to bring it into all elements of my life. It's such a beautiful culture and just a way of seeing the world. And so I'm hoping just to sprinkle that within everything. So when we do have Indigenous children within our classroom, they honestly don't even notice that they're being taught. I want them to feel at home.
Some people might not agree. Some people, well, get over it. This happened so long ago. You hear these things. What are some things you could help encourage for those who are non-Indigenous, who aren't supportive, who are, the stereotype, the typical, how?
She talked about the experiences that her children have endured, how they were told that it's not important or to get over it. And she even said, I didn't look Indigenous enough. And so I had this label on me. I felt like an outsider. And so I think, honestly, what I would tell somebody if they said to get over it or, something along those lines, you don't know the full story. And I think to repeat what has been said 1,000 times, education is what got us into this mess, and education is what gets us out. And so I think the best way to impart wisdom on them is to educate them. And so whether they attend a conference such as this, whether I introduce them to one of my new connections that I've made, or just, learning the importance and significance of just treating people with a kind heart, treating people as though they're people. And so we need to know that we do not know enough and we need to know more.
Exactly.
We are still very naive, the two of us.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
So
Lots
to
to
have
learn.
Oh,
to-
so much
so
to
much
learn.
to learn, and to have people like you, Spencer, like to have representation.
Yeah.
That is huge. To have people like Elder John Sinclair, who's willing to sit down with you and have a cup of coffee. To have Corky invite you to her home and have tea with her, like
And invite you into their families. They honestly,
Yes.
you get invited into their families.
Very
So welcoming, and then even coming back afterwards, just embracing us. Not just like a handshake, like hey, nice to see you. It's so much warmth beyond that. I am so much gratitude towards this conference. It's taught me way more than what I ever expected.
this has hands down been the best experience I have ever had.
Absolutely.
What's a final message, or something you could leave them with to tell them to not give up?
I think I want Indigenous youth to know that they matter. They deserve a spot in the world.
Know how important you are and how special you are in this circle of life.
That it's never too late to learn. It's never too late to open your heart and your mind.
And I would really encourage participants here to find ways in which they can infuse First Nations, Métis, Inuit culture and history into their curriculum delivery in a natural way. There's many connections. Just find those ways, find those community members who can help support you.
But it's really just about honoring and being present with everyone in the room and being able to share the knowledge and the wisdom that's meant to be shared.
I highly encourage anyone and everyone to participate, whether they're on the committee or not, to come attend this conference. This is such a profound learning experience, and
And do you need to be Indigenous for this?
absolutely not.